Hello everyone and welcome to my video about the top 5 weapons in Splatoon 2. This video will cover each weapon for the following properties: turf spread, damage power, and reliability in splatting. Let's get into it. So the 5th weapon in this list is the carbon roller. So, in terms of how it can turf, it is very capable of spreading a great deal of ink on the battlefield. It can cover a lot in front of you, and it also does a good job at inking a path in front of you combined with its flick speed for fast movement. The damage varies, but generally with on-point flicks, you'll be able to catch your opponent with a surprise attack. It comes with the Auto Bomb sub and the Ink Storm special to force people into unfavorable positions. On the reliability side, I would say it's very reliable in splatting foes and is a great weapon of choice in any mode, turfed or rank. Next, the 4th weapon in this list is the Rapid Blaster. Now this weapon has been mentioned a few times on how oppressive it can be due to its rapid blasting, but let's get into the stats first. It actually doesn't turf very well despite its speed. The shots are very narrow, and if you're not careful, your shots can be overridden by enemy ink, which means enemies can squeeze through your shots and end up taking you out. Damage wise, it does 85 on a direct hit and 35 on an indirect hit. So if you're focused, it will normally take 2 shots to splat. It comes with the Ink Mine sub, which has been buffed from the first game, allowing you to put 2 down at a time, and echolocates on hit, and the Popular Bomb launcher special, which can turn the tide of battle. Now unfortunately I don't use blasters, but in an attempt to not be biased, I would say that this can be a reliable weapon in the right hands. I suppose the pressure given out by the blaster and the distance output is what nails it into the 4th slot. Now for the 3rd place weapon, which is the Octo Brush. I had a bit of trouble with the placing with this slot and the 2nd place slot, but I think with all things considered, this will have to be in the 3rd place slot. We'll get into the 2nd place slot after this weapon. A lot of people, I think, underrate this weapon. Due to how late it was introduced in the first Splatoon, it wasn't given a lot of attention. Now that it's readily available from the start, people have been giving it a lot more attention, and I've come to dislike the weapon. Maybe you all need to splat good. Again, like I said, underrated. Turf wise, it is very good. It has a lot of spread, enabling you to move quickly, but be careful on your ink tank. Damage wise, it does about 30 damage at range and 40 damage up close. It has a bit of RNG, so it might take you about 3 to 4 hits in order to splat your opponent. It comes with the Auto Bomb sub weapon, which is great for scouting opponents, as well as to put pressure, and the Inkjet special, which allows you to rain justice from above! Shoot aerial shots from above to splat foes. Reliability wise, I would rate it highly. Pretty much anything in front of the brush, if it gets first ink, is usually the one to come up on top of the engagement. Definitely one of my favourite picks, and I hope people will realise the power of the brush in due course. Now for the 2nd place slot, which I had a bit of trouble with, but I've decided that this is the 2nd place slot, the Splatter Shot. Now for this section, I'll mainly be talking about the Tentatek Splatter Shot, but I'll give a nod to all other versions of Splatter Shot, that includes the Junior and the Pro too. This part might be a little long, so please bear with me. The Tentatek Splatter Shot. This is about as standard as a shooter as you can get. Everyone knows about it, your friend uses it, your brother and your sister uses it, even your rival uses it. Turf wise, it's good. It's very ink efficient and has a high fire rate, enabling you to cover a lot of ground. Its damage is about 35 per hit, so it splats in 3 hits. At absolute max range, you're looking at around 5 hits. The fact that damage up and defense up are gone means you no longer have to worry about managing your gear slots to accommodate any shortcomings, and you can just go in knowing that your opponent is going to go down in 3 shots at least. It comes with the Splat Bomb, which is a really good sub weapon which can catch Inklings unawares for a splat, and the Inkjet Special, which we talked about earlier, that can shoot shots from above. Reliability? It's just about that. It's the jack of all trades, but it is the master of none. But the fact that it has little weaknesses means you can use it in just about any situation you find yourself in. The vanilla Splatter Shot has burst bombs as a sub weapon, which is a great tool for instant use, whether you want to lob them at foes from a distance or to get out of sticky situations. Splashdown is a great special that can be used in a pinch, within reason, and can be combined with a super jump for complete destruction! The Splattershot Jr has the Splat Bomb sub weapon and the ever annoying, strong special known as the Ink Armor, which effectively adds extra layers of defense up to your entire party no matter how far they are, as long as they are in play. Damage wise, it does 28 damage, leading it to be a 4-shot weapon. Good points are, it has a high fire rate. Downsides are, there's a lot of RNG, meaning not every shot within the crosshair mark will hit what's in front of you, and its range is a little bit shorter than most weapons. Regardless, it's a great weapon to use and a strong one which you get off the bat. For some people, they use this with experience. And lastly, the Splatter Short Pro. It comes with the point sensor sub weapon, which is used to check areas for enemy squids, and the Inkstorm Special, which can help aid the Splattershot Pro's less than stellar inking ability. Yes, this weapon doesn't ink as well compared to the others, but what it lacks in coverage, it makes up for in range and power. It does the most damage out of the others, doing 42 damage per hit, and there's no RNG to it, meaning precise shots, and you might even be able to 2-shot opponents who were caught in enemy ink beforehand. Now, how reliable is it? It can be pretty reliable. Again, you'll need a more of a steady hand than the others, but in such hands, it can be really devastating. Phew. Now that's out of the way, we can now focus on the number 1 spot. You guys have probably guessed it by now, or you have skipped to this part of the video because you didn't want to wait. That's fine too. Anyways, here it is! The Slosher! Heck, who am I kidding? It's the Tri-Slosher. The Tri-Slosher has been making a lot of noise recently, and anyone watching would probably hate me if I didn't put this at the top. No, really though. It is a very strong weapon, probably another overlooked weapon from the first game. Let me give you more of an insight as to how prominent this weapon is. Every team on ranked has at least one bucket on either side. I squid you not. The spread has a lot more girth than the vanilla slosher, enabling you to catch your opponents more per slosh. Damage wise, it does 62 per hit. Some say that's too much, but I think it's fine. The idea of the slosher is to always be able to 2-hit KO your opponents. In fact, it takes 3 hits if lobbing from above, so I don't think it needs any damage adjustment. I didn't mention about the turfing ability, but trust me, it's great. The slosher is made to easily cover a lot of ground, and its efficiency is pretty good. Reliability? Oh boy, I'll let you decide on that one. Actually nah, I'll say it anyway. It's one of the best weapons in the game, and I think a lot of people in the higher ranks have picked up due to it having such high stats, and it has such a great loadout. Burst bombs enable you to check people outside the Tri-Slosher's range, and can even be used in conjunction with the bucket to 2-shot people that way, just like in the first game. With the Ink Armor special, which adds 30 HP or so to an Inkling's natural 100 HP, making it a total of 130 HP in pinch situations. Special mentions go to the air sprays. No, I am not kidding. I really think these weapons have potential in the right hands. Suction bombs for the MG can give a delayed pressure on certain spots in conjunction with the curler bomb launcher that are literal moving bombs which you should not take lightly. As for the RG, the sprinkler, receiving a huge buff from the first version, allows you to take control of a spot of territory very quickly. And the baller special, which can roll into enemy turf and create clearance for your team or deny pushes. And that's just about it for the top 5 weapons in Splatoon 2. If you think there are any weapons that deserve mentions, please leave a comment down below and tell me what you think. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.